Greetings to all. Welcome back to online class. Today we are going to learn the second part of lesson 5. Okay, second part of the lesson 5. That is social and religious reform movements in the 19th century. Social and religious reform movements in the 19th century. Okay. First of all, Hindu revivalism. Okay, Hindu revivalism. Swami Dayananda Saraswati and Arya Samaj. Swami Dayananda Saraswati and Arya Samaj. That is 1875. 1875. In Punjab, the reform movement was spearheaded by Arya Samaj. That is, Arya Samaj became the leader of the reform movement in Punjab. Arya Samaj was founded in 1875. It was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Okay, Arya Samaj was founded in the year 1875 by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. He was a wandering ascetic. Ascetic means monk, M-O-N-K, monk in the western Gangetic plain, western Ganga plain. Gangetic plain means Ganga plain. Okay. Later, he settled in Punjab. He settled in Punjab to preach his ideas. To preach his ideas. His book, Satyartha Prakash. His book, Satyartha Prakash, enjoyed wide circulation. Enjoyed wide circulation. That means lot of people learned his book, studied his book. Okay. He declared that the practices of child marriage, prohibition of widow remarriage, and alleged polluting effects of foreign travel. And the people, those who are going to foreign countries and coming back, they were considered as untouchables like that, had no scriptural sanction. That is, no religious book accepted this. Okay, practices of child marriage, prohibition of widow remarriage, and alleged polluting effects of foreign travel had no scriptural sanction. That is, no religious book accepted these things. And the positive principles enunciated, that means explained. Enunciated means explained by Swami Dayananda Saraswati were strict monotheism. Mono means monotheism. Condemnation of idolatry. Condemnation of idolatry, idol worship. The rejection of Brahmin domination. Rejection of Brahmin domination of ritual and social practices. Ritual and social practices. He also opposed superstitious beliefs in Hinduism. Superstitious beliefs in Hinduism. His cry, that is motto, aim was go back to Vedas. Go back to Vedas. Arya Samaj attempted to, that is, tried to check the incidents of religious conversion. Check the activities of religious conversion. Conversion means change in British India. One of its main objectives was counter conversion. Counter conversion, that is the act of reconverting. Edir Mattam. Okay. He started a purificatory ceremony, that is Sutti movement. Okay. Purificatory ceremony, that is known as Sutti movement. It directed at Hindus who had converted to Islam and Christianity. It directed at Hindus who had converted to Islam and Christianity. The primary achievements of the Arya Samaj. The primary achievements of Arya Samaj were social reform and the spread of education. Social reform and the spread of education. This Arya Samaj started a number of Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools and colleges. Okay, started number of Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools and colleges. Next we will see Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna was a simple priest of Dakshineshwar Kali temple near Calcutta. Dakshineshwar Kali temple near Calcutta. He was born in an Orthodox Brahmin family. Orthodox Brahmin family in Bengal in 1836. 1836. He emphasized the spiritual union with God. The spiritual union with God through ecstatic practices of singing bhajans. Okay, when we are singing this bhajans happily, we can meet God. Okay, like that he is saying. And he was an ardent worshipper of goddess Kali, ardent Tiviramana, worshipper of goddess Kali, the sacred mother. He declared that manifestations of the divine mother were infinite. Okay, no end was there for the manifestations, that is in Tamil Thiruvilayadalgal. Okay, according to him, all religions contain the universal elements. Okay, universal elements. If practiced, it would lead to salvation. Okay, if we practice these universal elements, it will help us to lead salvation, to go to salvation, to attain salvation. Okay, he said, Jiva is Siva. That is, all living beings are God. All living beings are God. Service for man is service to God. Service for man is service to God. Anyhow, he died in the year 1886. Okay, that is, he passed away in the year 1886. Next, Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna's primary achievement was his ability to attract educated youth. Ability to attract educated youth, because the educated youth were dissatisfied with the rational orientation. Orientation means ideas. Rational orientation of Brahma Samaj. After the death of Ramakrishna, that is in the year 1886, his disciples means followers, his followers organized themselves as a religious community. They undertook the task of making his life and teaching known in India and abroad. The important person behind this task was Swami Vivekananda. Okay, Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda followed the organizational structure of Christian missionaries. Okay, Swami Vivekananda followed the organizational structure of Christian missionaries and established the Ramakrishna mission. This Ramakrishna mission did not stop itself to religious activities. It was actively involved in education, health care, and relief in the time of natural calamities. Okay, actively involved in education, health care, and relief in the time of natural calamities. Next, Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda. Narendranath Datta, popularly known as Swami Vivekananda, was the prime follower of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Okay, this is one more question. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He was an educated youth. He was attracted by Ramakrishna's message. He was dissatisfied with conventional philosophical positions. Okay, he was dissatisfied with conventional philosophical positions and practices. He advocated the practical Vedanta of service to humanity. Okay, he advocated, that is, service to humanity. He condemned or he attacked the tendency to protect every institutions because it was connected with religion. That means if any institution is related with religion, that should be protected. Okay, that is the meaning. So this was a opposed by Swami Vivekananda. Okay, he gave importance to cultural nationalism. He made a call to Indian youth to regenerate Hindu society. To regenerate Hindu society. The Indians felt inferior because of the materialist achievements of the West. Okay, Indians felt inferior because of the materialist achievements of the West. His ideas created a sense of self confidence among the Indians. His ideas created a sense of self confidence among the Indians. Vivekananda became famous for his address on Hinduism. Address means speech on Hinduism. In the year 1893, he was delegate to the Parliament of the World's Religions at Chicago in USA. Okay, in the year 1893, he was a delegate to the Parliament of the World Religious at Chicago, okay, in USA. He suggested that the lower caste should be allowed to engage in the Hindu rituals. So the Orthodox Hindu condemned him. Okay, so the Orthodox Hindus condemned him, that is, criticized him. Vivekananda's ideology rekindled the desire for political change among the Western educated young Bengalis. Vivekananda's ideology rekindled the desire for political change among the Western educated young Bengalis. Okay, and during the partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement, many youths were involved in the nationalist struggle. They were inspired by Vivekananda. Next, Theosophical movement or Theosophical society, that is Brahmajnana Sabha in Tamil. The Theosophical society was founded by Madam H.P. Blavatsky and Colonel Henry S. Alcott. Madam H.P. Blavatsky and Colonel Henry S. Alcott. It was founded in USA in the year 1875. Later, it was shifted to India at Adayar, Chennai in 1886. Theosophical Society stimulated, that is encouraged, a study of Hindu classics, particularly Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. Theosophical Society played an important role in the revival of Buddhism in India. It played an important role in the revival of Buddhism in India. Western people's interest in Hindu scriptures gave educated Hindus great pride in their tradition and culture. That means Western people, they are learning this Hindu scriptures. That is why it is a pride to the educated Hindus and because of their tradition and culture. Next, contribution of Annie Besant. Contribution of Annie Besant. After the death of Henry S. Alcott, Mrs. Annie Besant was elected as the president of the Theosophical Society. So, this movement became further popular in India. Annie Besant played an important role in Indian nationalist politics. She formed the Home Rule League. Demanding home rule to India, like Ireland, because Annie Besant was an Irish lady. Okay, she was from Ireland. Annie Besant spread theosophical ideas through her newspapers called New India and Commonweal. Okay, the newspapers of Annie Besant, New India and Commonweal, already we have learned. Okay, now anti-caste movements. Jyotiba Phule was born in 1827 in Maharashtra. He opened the first school for untouchables in 1852 in Pune. 1852 in Pune. He launched the Satyak Shodak Samaj. Satyak Shodak Samaj, an organization that is a Truth Seekers Society. Satya Shodak Samaj, that is a Truth Seekers Society in 1870. And to stir the non-Brahmin masses to self-respect. It was started to induce or to kindle the non-Brahmin masses to self-respect. Pule opposed child marriage and supported widow remarriage. Opposed child marriage and supported widow remarriage. Jyotiba Pule and his wife Savitribai Pule devoted their lives for the upliftment of the depressed classes and women. Okay, for the improvement, for the development, for the growth of the depressed classes and women. Jyotiba Pule opened orphanages for orphans, that is anadigal, and homes for widows. Homes for widows. His book Gulamgiri. Okay, Jyotiba Pule wrote a book that is Gulamgiri, meaning slavery. Slavery is an important text that is a summary of his radical ideas. Summary of his radical ideas. Next, Narayana Guru. Narayana Guru. Narayana Guru was born to poor parents in Kerala. Born to poor parents in Kerala. He became a poet. He was a scholar in Malayalam, Tamil, and Sanskrit also. He was disturbed by the terrible caste tyranny that the lower caste people faced. Okay, he was disturbed by the terrible caste tyranny that the lower class people faced or suffered. He dedicated, that means sacrificed, his whole life for the betterment of the oppressed class people. Okay, for the betterment of the oppressed class people. He set up an organization called Sri Narayana Dharma Paribalana Yogam. Sri Narayana Dharma Paribalana Yogam. It was started to work for the uplift of the depressed classes. Okay, Sri Narayana Dharma Paribalana Yogam, an organization, it was started to work for the uplift of the depressed classes. Okay, he established a grand temple. Okay, he established a grand temple at Arivipuram and dedicated to all, everyone, those who are willing can go to that temple. Thinkers and writers such as Kumaran Asan and Dr. Paul Poe, Kumaran Asan and Dr. Paul Poe were influenced by his ideas. That means Kumaran Asan and Paul Poe liked his ideas and they carried forward the movement. Next we will see Ayyangali. Ayyangali was born in 1863. Ayyangali was born in 1863 at Venganur in Thiruvananthapuram. That is Trivandrum. Venganur in Thiruvananthapuram. The then princely state of Travancore. Okay. Why it is called like that? The then princely state of Travancore. In those days, this Venganur, that is in Trivandrum, was under the control of the king of Travancore. And in those days, a monarchical form of government was there. Monarchy means king's rule. Okay, king's rule. When he was a child, he faced discrimination. Okay. That discrimination turned him to a leader of an anti-caste movement. He was the leader of an anti-caste movement. He fought for basic rights, including access to public spaces and entry to schools. Access to public places means goes to public places or moves to public places, and entry to schools. Okay. He was inspired by Sri Narayana Guru. That means he liked the principles, ideas of Sri Narayana Guru. Ayyankali founded an organization that is known as Sadhu Jana Paribalana Sangham. Sadhu Jana Paribalana Sangham was established or started in the year 1907 by Ayyankali. 1907 by Ayyankali. That is also known as Association for the Protection of Poor. Association for the Protection of Poor. Okay, children. With this, I finish today's session, and I will meet you in the next session with the next heading. That is a remaining part of this lesson. And the next heading, that is Islamic reforms. Okay, Islamic reforms. Under that first one, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Aligarh movement, Deoband movement, Parsi reform movement. Okay, all these things we will see in the next class. Okay, children. Bye, children. Thank you.